Good evening and welcome to Global Lens on Apna Watan TV. I am Saadia Afzaal. Let's talk about a guy who has been in more European capitals this month than a budget airline pilot. Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. The man who makes green t-shirts look presidential. Now you may have seen the headlines. Zelensky meets Sunak. Zelensky lands in Berlin. Zelensky charms the Danish parliament. He's basically on a diplomatic world tour. No stadiums, just state dinners and missile requests. But seriously, this isn't just some publicity stunt. This guy is on a mission. Ukraine's war with Russia is still raging, despite what your social media feed might suggest. And Zelensky's out there reminding Europe, hey, remember us, still fighting, still dying, and still need help. And based on how many military aid packages he has walked away with, it's working. Let's get into it. Why now is the big question. Well, two reasons. First, the war is at a critical point. Ukraine's defending hard, but they are short on weapons, short on manpower, and short on time. Second, Europe's attention span is fading. You know how it was when the war started. Ukraine was the headline. Everyone had flags in their bios. Now, it's more like Ukraine. Yeah, I think I still follow that story on Instagram. Zelensky knows this. He's not naive. The West is distracted. Elections are coming up, far-right parties are rising, and everyone's tightening their belts. So what does he do? He goes on a tour. Shows up in person in Brussels, London, Berlin, Paris, the Nordic countries, basically everywhere. And the message is clear. We are still here. This fight isn't over, and don't look away. Let's break down some of the highlights. First stop was London. Zelensky met Rishi Sunak, who was the Prime Minister of UK at that time, who always looks like he's 5 seconds away from asking to speak to your manager. Sunak rolled out a decent aid package. Long-range missiles, drone support, some training. A little late, but hey, better than another strongly worded statement. And you could tell the UK was trying to show leadership, but also trying not to look like they were trying. Classic British move. Then it was off to France. Macron, ever the romantic, made some big promises about air defense systems and solidarity, and then gave Zelensky a hug. So awkward, it made international news. There's diplomacy now, weapons, and weird hugs. But France did step up. More military support, commitment to joint weapon production. Macron's trying to be a power player, but still careful not to upset anyone too much. Basically, we support you, but we are also thinking about next year's elections. Now, Germany. Oh man, this one's interesting. Germany's taken a while to fully get on board. Early in the war, they were like, we'll send you helmets. Now, they're pledging billions in tanks, air defenses, ammunition. They have gone full in, reluctantly, but still. And Zelensky handled it like a pro. Said thanks, stood next to Chancellor Scholz like they had just closed a massive business deal and moved on. No drama, no flexing, just classic Eastern European, we take the W and go. Then there was a stop in the Netherlands. Zelensky gave a powerful speech at The Hague, you know, the place where war criminals go to get judged. And Denmark gave him F-16s, straight up fighter jets, like, hey, here's 20 multi-million-dollar aircrafts. Try not to lose them. That's not just support, that's trust. And the Danish parliament gave him a standing ovation, which apparently doesn't happen unless there is a cake involved. So what's the game here? This wasn't just a tour for aid, it was a performance of unity. Zelensky is not just fighting a war on the ground, he's fighting apathy, fatigue. He knows that people are tired, leaders are tired, economies are tired, but you can't exactly take a nap in the war zone. So he's reminding everyone that this fight isn't just Ukraine's. It's about Europe, it's about democracy, it's about not letting invasions become normal again. But here's the tricky part. Even in countries that support Ukraine, there is tension, there is division. You've got far-right politicians cozying up to Putin. People are worried about energy bills more than geopolitics. And there is that unspoken question, how long are we supposed to keep doing this? That's what Zelensky is up against. Not just Putin, not just bomb, boredom. And that's why the tour matters. Say what you want about the guy, but he's a master communicator. He shows up in fatigue while everyone else is in suits. He speaks from the heart, doesn't overdo it, doesn't do political theater, just shows up and says, "We're still fighting, help us finish this," and leaders listen. Not all of them, but enough. So what's the takeaway? He's reminding Europe that if you believe in peace, then back the people fighting for it. And Europe, well, it's listening for now. But this war isn't over, and neither is the tour. We'll see how long the standing ovations last. This is Saadia Afzaal for Apna Watan TV.
You are watching Apna Watan.